Hi, my name is Walker. I have Usher syndrome, which over time has slowly caused me to become blind. But I use a guide dog and I can still see. How does that work? The reason I use a guide dog is because I only have 10 degrees of my vision left. As I stated in the beginning, this was caused by a disease called Usher syndrome, which is a combination of two different things. We got hearing loss on one end. So as you can see right here, I have a hearing aid. I have no idea if it's gonna focus on that or not, but I've been wearing hearing aids since I was 3 years old. And then the other thing that it has is something called retinitis pigmentosus. What retinitis pigmentosus does is it means that all the light receptors in the back of my eye are slowly dying off. And the way it usually starts is you start having problems seeing in the dark. Then as it progresses over the years, you start losing your peripheral vision, which unfortunately for me has left me with a severely constricted field of view called tunnel vision. If you want to imagine how I see and get an idea of what tunnel vision looks like, just hold your hands up to your eyes and try to look around the room. You'll notice you can only see exactly what you're looking at. So if I can still see, why do I need a guide dog? Well, having tunnel vision all the time and only being able to look through a small hole means that in order for me to walk around safely, I always have to stare at the ground when I walk. I don't want to trip over something. I don't want to fall off of something. I don't want to bump into something. There's a lot of danger to not knowing what's below you, so you always have to look. So this always became a thing where I'm always looking at the ground and never in front of me at where I'm going. Not really a very fun way to live life. So that's where having a guide dog comes in. This is my guide dog, Loki. Loki is a fully trained guide dog that was trained and given to me by an amazing place called Leader Dogs for the Blind. What Loki does for me is he allows me to look ahead at where we're going while he handles all the obstacles. To name just a few of the cool things that Loki can do is he can guide me through public spaces, around obstacles, around people, find a curb, find a chair, find a table, find the bathroom, find the door, take me across the street, watch out for cars, take me around cars, you name it. There's literally no end to how smart Loki is, which is why I'm so lucky to have him. Another symptom of my disease is called night vision blindness, which I touched on a little bit earlier in the video. So that small little hole that I see through during the day, at night is completely gone. I don't see anything at all and I'm totally blind, which made walking around at night something I didn't enjoy doing anymore and something that I completely avoided most of the time. But ever since I got Loki, that really hasn't been a problem for me anymore. What's crazy about me not being able to see in the dark is that I also suffer from a symptom that's the exact opposite. So like say during the day, if it's too bright outside, I can't see anything at all then either. The glare is too much and everything looks almost just completely white. So during those moments, Loki's kind of handling it all by himself then too. I know that sounds scary. I'm gonna trust this dog to take me everywhere I need to go. I get it, that does sound kind of ridiculous. 98% of the time I'm using Loki to guide me. One of those percents are like say if I'm in the comfort of my own home. Everything in my house, I know where it is, I put it there and I have it memorized. So I don't typically bump into a lot of things in my house as much as you would think. The other 1% is if I'm using a white cane. A white cane is an amazing tool for a blind or visually impaired person to navigate safely on their own. Before I got Loki, I was always using a white cane. Most blind or visually impaired people tend to use a white cane more than they use a guide dog. As a matter of fact, the number of people that use a guide dog is a very small number. Some people may not know about the resources that are out there to help you get a guide dog, or they just simply don't want one and would rather just use a cane, which is completely fine. The purpose of this video was to educate exactly why someone who isn't totally blind might need a guide dog. Always remember, blindness is a spectrum, and only about 10% of blind people are totally and completely blind. The other 90% of blind people can see something, whether it be shades of light, blobs of color, you name it. Blindness looks a million different ways, and no one who is considered blind sees the same as anyone else. So chances are, if you're out in public and you see someone who's blind, they probably see something, whatever that may be. So there you have it. That's why I have a guide dog. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you learned something cool. If you have someone in your life who might be interested in learning about blindness, be sure to share this video with them. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know. Also, if you have any future video ideas for me, or you have curiosities about blindness, be sure to let me know of that as well. After all, I love to educate, and Loki does too. Anyways, I'm Walker, and I'm out.